Hey everybody, I'm going to do a resin tray today, and I'm using Counterculture DIY medium viscosity artist resin, equal exact amounts A and B, and I've mixed up about 22 to 24 ounces. The tray is going to take 15 to 16 ounces, and then I've got a little cool flower shaped mold I'm going to also maybe pour something into, see what it looks like, how it turns out. And I'm going to be using Kinko. It says copper flakes, but it's really gold. I don't know why they put copper on it, because I have copper ones and they're copper. So I've got a little bit in a beaker. I'm going to possibly try out some Ranger alcohol ink that is metallic gold. I'm going to be using some soft purple crushed glass, but I'm going to be putting a deeper purple into that. I've also got some ARTEZA Periwinkle Glow, which is like an iridescent mica powder, and lavender, and Let's Resin purple pigment, liquid pigment that's pearlized. And I have some black diamond pigment powder that's purple that I may use, and I've got some iridescent extra fine glitter that I may use as well in my crushed glass. So I have mixed this. I have let it set for just a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting stuff together. This came as a little set, and I'll have it in my Amazon link below the video. It's 8 silicone cups, and they hold about 2 to 3 ounces, and they come with this whole bunch of popsicle sticks, and I'm gonna give them a try today, maybe for some of the colors. So I will list everything I use below the video. The other thing that you always need to check on, just make sure your mold is dust, hair, particle, fur free. So I usually get just a big old piece of masking tape or frog tape or something, and you always just have little things that you drop from everything you pick up in your home and studio, and so this just picks up any particles and things like that. And if you don't know how many ounces one of your molds holds, all you do is you can pour water into it and measure it that way, and then pour it back into a container. So I always, start with the measuring cup with 8 or 12 ounces in it, and then take it from there to see how much resin is required. So I do want some clear resin, which is the clear here. I'm going to put a little bit. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I didn't have a large stirring stick, like a paint stick or the really large long ones of these stirrers. So I had to use a wooden measuring spoon, and this is not ideal. You want something that's really flat and is super easy to scrape sides with and everything. So this is a don't do as I do pointer as far as using a wooden spoon. These are really extra large flakes, and I'm just gonna you just stir them in, and they kind of disintegrate into the resin, and I want to make sure and have enough. I didn't have nearly enough there. Sometimes they come out in big chunks, so you have to be really careful. And they will float around and stick to everything, just FYI. So tweezers are fabulous for it, because otherwise they stick to your fingers and gloves, and especially if you have any sticky resin or anything on your hands or fingers, you won't be able to get it off. So this is something you just kind of have to eyeball and figure out how much you need. I also have these little plastic beakers in my link below. Okay, so it's probably good. I'm still going to add some more resin to it because it's going to go in the center of my tray, and I do want to make sure I have enough. You can always add more flakes if you need to. I do want a little bit of the gold resin just for this little flower mold, so I'm going to put a little bit of resin in here. I don't know how much I need. I'm just kind of guessing at quantities. This is an alcohol ink, so I really have no idea, but it looks pretty good with the resin. It looks pretty metallic-y. So that will be for the flower. Okay, and we're going to make a larger batch of the deeper purple color. I'll put the iridescent medium into here, the iridescent glitter, and this Pearlized pigment, and just stir that up and see how that looks to begin with. I made another purple tray that looks pretty much just like this one, and she said she'd like it to be a little deeper purple. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to add some of this pigment powder. See if that deepens it. I want it transparent, but still pretty deep in purple color. So that looks pretty wonderful there. Okay, and the resin is already warming up, so I've got to speed it up a little bit. I'm going to leave some clear there, and we'll do a little bit of each of these. Will be mica powder that is iridescent periwinkle. If you don't know how much, just start kind of with the smaller batch and then figure out from there if you need more. And that's really, really pretty. I'm going to put just a little bit more. And then I'm going to put the lavender. So a little bit lighter lavender there. Add a little bit more resin to that. Okay. I think I'm going to put some iridescent glitter in the gold leaf as well. Give it just a little sparkle as well as the gold leaf, which will be pretty. So my main goal is to get the tray done first. So this is a commission. and like I said, it's my main priority. The flower is just something I'm doing extra. I keep a paintbrush around just to kind of sweep the silicone, since nothing slides easy on a silicone mat or silicone rubber in general. Just keeping a brush around kind of helps with that. That way you don't have your pieces of glass floating around. Trinket feathered tray that I'm going to put some resin in here. I'm going to move it around in a minute, and I also have some little pop-up things. I'm going to put a little bit of resin. So the beauty of this resin and these silicone cups is it just peels right out. This counterculture silicone mat is just so fabulous. It is so satiny smooth, and it cleans up so pretty. Okay. So the cool part about the feather is it actually looks like there's a puddle of water in it with some of the gold leafing, but it's actually resin. And now the gold that I had added on the feathers area is now sealed in resin, and it can be safe from water and things like that. So that's a really good thing. Now those little pop sockets that you put on your phone, the back of your phone, it comes with a little 3M sticker thing, and you just peel it off. And so these turned out pretty nicely. I wasn't sure. I had poured 5 of them, and I wasn't sure how the resin would do, but they look pretty great. There's actually some metallics in these colors too, which is really, really pretty. This was a nice little surprise. I didn't expect to really turn out that great, but oh, don't touch them together. They turned out pretty good. Everything off of this silicone mat, because I want to use it to go over my piece of resin. And so I don't want anything on this mat that would possibly stick to my resin. So this has been setting up for maybe about 4 hours. It's not rock hard. It will be tomorrow, but it's not going to be, rock hard till then. And I want to form it. And I actually could put a little less resin in to make it a little thinner, which makes it a little bit more pliable in the grand scheme of things. But overall, it's beautiful. So beautiful. Got one little glass piece. Okay. And then there's the back side, which is not so lovely. So what I'm going to do I have a platter, and I'm going to set it down in 2 cups, and I would put a piece of saran wrap, but the reason I wanted to clean off my silicone mat is I want to lay it over so that the hard edge of this bottom of the ceramic platter, I want it softened with the silicone. So this helps soften it a little bit. So just kind of making sure it's even. And then I have to bend it. And in order to bend it, just a little. But yes, I'm going to heat it just a little bit with my heat gun. I'm going to put some plastic wrap over this. This piece, I don't know what it is really, to be honest, but we're going to find out. I mean, it's decorative, and I guess there's so many things it could be. The colors are luscious on this one. This purple is beautiful, and especially with the gold. I don't know what it'll look like on the other side, but it's pretty on this side. Now, I'm not sure what the middle is supposed to do. Okay. So it's not one piece. I wasn't sure what to expect. Okay, so it's purple. Totally purple on the other side. So this is the pretty side. We'll stick that right there for a minute. It's still flexible. So what it is, I don't even know, to be honest. I guess you just set it on a table. You could possibly put a votive candle on top of it, since I've got it above everything right now, but it's beautiful. It's got shimmer to it. Quite pretty. So I'll leave it flat. We'll be back tomorrow to see the tray finished. Okay, I've broken the tape, moving my platter out of the way. And here it is. Stayed shiny on the back, so that's a good thing. And it has some curve to it. A little bit of curve. It looks awesome. A little bit of transparency through the middle there, and that Periwinkle has got some interference to it, so that's pretty. And the beautiful deep purple in the crushed glass. This is a 14 by 8 inch tray. So anyway, there it is. And here's this beauty, which I said I really don't know what it's for, but I'll come up with something. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new, something helpful that you can use with your art. If you would like me to make you a commissioned piece of any sort, just message me, Sandra@sandralet.com. So thanks so much for watching. Check out all the links below the video, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.